On June 24th, 2025, we went to the San Diego Padres and Washington Nationals game. It was a night game, started at 6:40 p.m., and it was Filipino Heritage Night. And I tell you what, we did not know at this time what kind of game we were in for. The Padres had lost the game the day previously. However, this night was going to be an exciting game. As you can see, it was a nice evening in San Diego as we were walking up to Petco Park. And the Washington Nationals, we have a lot of history with them, as a couple years ago, we did a big trade with the Washington Nationals where we received Juan Soto and we gave them a handful of prospects. And now those prospects are now playing for the Washington Nationals. Do you think that trade was good for San Diego at the time to get Juan Soto? Please let us know in the comments. We would greatly like to hear from you. As I said, this was Filipino Heritage Night, so you can see the line was super long. They had some giveaways they were themed games that they were giving away floppy hats for all the people who purchased them. As you can tell, it was an exciting atmosphere as the game got ready to begin. San Diego Padres had over 20 plus sellouts during the 2025 season. So definitely being a San Diego baseball fan these days is super exciting because almost every night, to include day games, they are packed full with fans. It's great to see in America's finest city how much San Diego loves their baseball team. Our seats are located very close to Fernando Tatis Jr., so it's very exciting to be able to see him play almost nightly here at Petco Park. And you're going to see he had an amazing catch during the game. And one of the things that the San Diego Padres do is they honor the late Jerry Coleman, who was a big broadcaster in San Diego. And he loved the saying, "You can hang a star on that, baby." Padres catcher Maldonado hit a home run to help the Padres get within make this a really good game because the Washington Nationals had went up 3-0. So it was good to see the Padres finally get on the board and score some runs against the Nationals. And once we scored those runs, the runs just kept coming for the San Diego Padres. And once we got back into the game, then that brought the fans into the game. As you can see here, the fans started doing the wave. And I'll tell you what, San Diego is very electric when it comes to baseball. And to be at the Petco Park during this time is very amazing. I remember back in the early 2000s when the team was not really that good, and it's definitely great to see the city rally behind the team. Such a fun atmosphere, so if you're ever in San Diego, make sure you try and get to Petco Park. Here you can see Jake Cronenworth was up the bat. And I tell you, this was an amazing at bat for Jake Cronenworth. Down 0-2 originally in the count, and for him to battle back, and he ends up getting walked during this at bat. And then the Padres scored more runs. It was super amazing. You can see the Padres do the Ric Flair anytime a player gets walked. Now you'll see the moments of the game. This was definitely an exciting game. The Washington Nationals, they scored 3 runs, but the Padres never gave up. They continued to just chip away, and the game, you'll see, turned out to be an amazing atmosphere. It was a fun Tuesday night at the ballpark, and it's just amazing to see the San Diego fans sell out the ballpark night after night. Whether it's a Monday, a Tuesday, a day game, San Diego's had over 20 plus sellouts this year. Just an amazing atmosphere. One tradition that started about 2 years ago at Petco Park is in the 8th inning. They play Blink-182 during the 8th inning. And I tell you what, it's an amazing atmosphere and a great tradition that has started at Petco Park. As you can hear, all the fans start singing the song. And last year during the playoffs, we even had Mark from Blink-182. He comes to Petco Park all the time, and he's a big Padres fan. So during the playoffs last year against the Dodgers, he came to the stadium and he actually sung the song during the 8th inning at Petco Park. It was super amazing. If you have not seen that video, it is located on our channel, so definitely see if you can check it out. Super fun. All the fans get into it. And this is a great tradition that has now started at Petco Park. You can see tons of fans. They dress up for the games, and it's just great to see the San Diego fans. As you can see, it was Filipino Heritage Night, so you can see the floppy hats that some of the folks have on. Those are themed games, so they do all kind of different heritage nights, and they're packaged games, they're packaged themes that you can purchase from the Padres, and tons of amazing giveaways. So super fun, and almost every inning there's some kind of craziness going on at Petco Park. And now we're into the 9th inning, and the Padres are bringing out their closer, Robert Suarez. This is probably the best closer intro in all of MLB. You can see they say phones out, lights out, and they turn the lights off in the stadium, and all the fans light up their cell phones, and then they enter Robert Suarez. Could you imagine being the baseball closer to come into an intro like this? Super amazing intro. The Padres always have great closer intros. If you ever saw Trevor Hoffman's intro, and Trevor Hoffman played for the San Diego Padres, the Hall of Famer was famous for coming out playing AC/DC Hell's Bells. And I tell you what, Robert Suarez's intro is as electric as that. So super amazing to see him come into the game and see all the fans get into it. And during the 9th inning, every time there's an out, the Padres mascot, the Friar, rings the mission bell. Every time there's an out. For 1 out, he rings the bell once. For 2 outs, he rings the bell twice. And then the 3rd out to close the game, the Friar will ring the bell 3 times. And as you know, the night before, I was the honorary bell ringer for the mission bell. So super exciting. This was a fun game to be at, and the Padres, Robert Suarez, came in and closed the game out, and the Padres ended up beating the Washington Nationals 4-3. It was a fun night for me and my wife, very electric. And one of the Padres prospects, James Wood, was up to bat. And Robert Suarez ended up striking him out. He pitched him nothing but change-ups. And the Padres ended up winning 4-3. You can see the Friar ringing the mission bell, closing out the game. and the Padres ended up winning. What a fun night. And please join us the rest of this season as we'll be continuing to do these videos. We'll upload a video every Friday, once a week, and then sometimes a couple videos during the week. So if you like our channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. We definitely would appreciate it. And please leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you and let us know. As you can see here, Robert Suarez, that was his 22nd save of the season. And you will see here, great picture of me and my wife at the game. And as always, we want to thank all the military for their service.